afternoon, and welcome to the Hofstra Women's Basketball Postgame Press Conference with head coach Danielle Santos-Atkinson and student athletes Chloe Sterling and Lene Corbett. Coach, give us your thoughts following the big win over Iona.
I thought that the team came out and played well following Christmas break. We've got this long extended break. This was only our second game in, I don't know, 15 or so days. So to be able to come out after that break and be able to get off to the start that they got off to, I think is great. Continuing to work on, for us, again, just rebounding that basketball, being able to finish and play that complete 40-minute game. But a lot of bright spots that we were able to pull from this game. These guys obviously held us offensively and being able to put it in the basket, and that's what we've got to do ultimately as we get stops.
Questions?
Chloe, I guess when Lene had it going today, the way that she did, and as the point guard, was it kind of an emphasis in your head, like trying to feed the hot hand and get her the ball, and the way that she was dominating the way she was?
For sure. And she was catching everything I was throwing up there. Leaving her wide open a lot of times. So, yeah, it's somebody's how you keep feeding them.
Lene had setting a new high in points so far. So you're capping off a really, really good start for you in non-conference play. Just looking back to having a little cherry on top, if you will, very strong start. What does that mean for you to have such a strong performance?
Well, what it means to me, I'm excited. It makes me feel good. It makes me want to keep going and, push for better goals. So that's really how it makes me feel.
And for Chloe, when you look at someone like Lene, who's like a freshman coming in, really making her mark right out of the gate, and you're coming in as well as a transfer, what is it like to see a freshman like her really make her mark at this young of an age?
It makes me happy. She reminds me of myself a lot, especially in the competitive spirit. So she's not really shy from anything. She's very confident. So I'm excited to see as she continues to grow. Sky's the limit.
Lene, what were you feeling, live in game as you kept getting all these feeds from your point guard, as you kept seeing buckets going?
I was just feeling grateful. I went up to my teammates halftime and just thank you for feeding me. Giving them grace as well. Cause lots of times I wouldn't get those points if it wasn't for them giving me the ball. I'm not a guard. I'm in back to the basket. So if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't be getting half my points. So it's I definitely thank them a lot, for giving me the ball.
Daniel, I think it was 9 players at 15 minutes or more today. And just to show the depth that this group has, where do you see this team's depth compared to in the past?
We've definitely got more depth than in the past. I think it's these guys come in and they work every day. They challenge each other every day. Really pushing each other and competing for those opportunities. And I think that just continues to help us grow and get better and increase our depth as everybody continues to develop their game.
Coach, what were your thoughts on kind of based on the game plan of how you guys were planning on defending Iona and how everything was executed today?
Defensively, I think there was a lot of bright spots in how we defended and what we needed to do in order to develop. I thought our ball screen defense initially was good. We wanted to ramp up the pressure and trap a little bit more to be able to speed them up a bit. They play throughout the entire possession. We've got to continue to work on that. But I thought our initial ball screen coverages, which is an emphasis for us, was good. Now it's just continuing to work on our weak side, continuing to work on how we're defending for the entire possession. And being able to close out that possession.
Coach Boji was talking about how she wanted to see more defensive rebounds in the second half. What was the conversation in the locker room on the topic of rebounds?
We would have liked for them to not have as many offensive rebounds as they had, especially with the 17 second chance points from them. They were able to get the offensive rebounds that turned into some threes. But for us, we wanted to make sure we still have 46 rebounds, which is great. But again, it's just those second chance opportunities that we gave up to them and not enough second chance for us. And so halftime, the message was we got to rebound it. We got to go get it. We were getting a lot of tips on the ball, but we weren't grabbing it and going to get it. And I thought right out of the gate in the third quarter, we saw better effort for that on the rebounds.
Coach, how do you feel the non-conference schedule has prepared you guys for the CAA play, which is starting up next week?
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. We got 9 new players. And so I think throughout this time, it was just continuing to understand who we are, what we're about, and what we're capable of, what we're great at. And then going into conference play, now continuing to build in the areas that we're great, and continue to work on the areas that we've got to continue to develop and grow in. But this team is gelling every day. It's a little bit better, a little bit better. It takes some time when you've got that many new players. You've got a lot of people in different roles, whether they were the roles here or roles other places, they're different. So as people are coming together and understanding their new roles and developing in those new roles, I think we've used this non-conference time to do that. We've experienced a lot. We've experienced being up and losing the lead, still finishing that game out, being up, losing the lead, and not being able to finish it out. We've gone to overtime games. We've come back from being down, and so I think those experiences will help us going into conference play.
Postgame press conference. Coach, Chloe, Lene, thank you, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year's.